guys, it's Paige. Welcome back to my channel. If you clicked this video because you're currently going through a breakup, or even if you're still being affected by one that happened a long time ago, I just want to give you a big virtual hug because I know, I get it. Luckily, I am here today to assure you that it will be okay. I don't really talk about my dating life that much online, but at the beginning of the year, I had the amazing opportunity to share a pretty personal story on xonicole.com. The article is called How My Breakup and Moving to London Helped Me Find Self-Love, in case any of you guys want to go check it out. When they first reached out, I must admit that I was a little shook and even more nervous on the day that the article actually went live. But I could not believe how much of an amazing response it received from so many other women who could relate. I won't go into my own personal breakup story right now because that would make this a pretty long video, but I'll definitely leave the link to the article in the description box just in case you're curious. But pretty much this time last year, I could not see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it seemed like I was never going to get over my breakup. I was just like you, searching for videos on YouTube with the same title as the one that I'm filming right now. Well, obviously, I survived to tell the tale, but I will say this time and time again, heartbreak feels like the worst flu, but a flu that lasts for months. Yeah. So I'll be sharing my top tips on how to make this process just a little bit easier and hopefully provide some comfort for someone out there. Stop trying to force a friendship. For a while, I had convinced myself that if my ex and I did not continue to communicate regularly, that meant that what we had wasn't real and how he felt about me wasn't real. A lot of irrational thoughts go through your head during a breakup, as you know. Though I do believe that exes can be cordial and maybe even friends one day, I don't think maintaining a friendship should be the main focus when you're trying to move on and heal after a breakup. My girls were trying to tell me exactly this when I was going through it, and I just remember being so annoyed with them. I was totally that, but you promised that we'd always be friends. Girl, breaking up with a significant other is pretty much like losing a best friend. You're probably used to talking to them all day long, and they were the first person that you would reach out to with good news. It's hard when you have to suddenly shut all that down and get used to a new routine. However, trying to stay friends can end up making the whole ordeal a lot more painful. You have to allow yourself the opportunity to adjust to life without them. Luckily, my mom and friends were amazing during this transition and really allowed me to lean on them, call and vent and cry, whatever I needed. Don't check their social media. Easier said than done, I know. Because I'm not even gonna pretend like I'm not guilty of this. I do not know why we keep going to look for things that we just know are going to hurt our own feelings. You may see something you don't want to see, or even just a 15-second clip of them looking like they're having the time of their life without you. And it can really hurt. So just spare yourself. I've honestly never unfollowed or blocked an ex, but I know for some people that may be the best solution. But also don't forget that the mute button is your friend. Journal it out. Writing has probably been the most therapeutic outlet of my 20s. Instead of sending that long paragraph text to your ex, just write it out in your journal. I personally use a digital journal called Evernote, or you could just simply use the Notes app in your phone. It will give you that sense of relief without the embarrassment. I even had an entire note called Irrational Thoughts that I would just add to every day. And it just described all the fears that I was having about singleness and just a lot of things like that. I definitely wrote my way through my last 2 breakups, and it's just so crazy to stumble upon old entries and to just see how much things have changed and how different I feel now compared to how I did then. It's like the best reminder of this too shall pass, because it always does eventually. Don't rush the process. So I had the amazing privilege of moving straight to London after my last breakup. So I thought that I could just skip right past the healing stage and just move on with my life. I was wrong. It just ended up hitting me a few months later, like a delayed effect. and it hit me like a ton of bricks. When I was really in the thick of it, I remember I was at the gym one day in one of the bathroom stalls just crying my eyes out, y'all. I was really going through it. And I decided to get on my phone and Google, how long does it take to get over a breakup? Yes, I was really searching things like that. Whatever it took, I was like, I'm ready to be done with this process. I hate it here. And the article that I chose pretty much said that it should take half the time of however long you were in the relationship. So I'm doing the math in my head, and then I just started crying even harder because I had already passed that deadline. Y'all, everyone heals in their own time and in their own way. Some people get over things quickly, and for some people it takes a lot longer. It's okay. My last relationship was like my first real true love, so it took me a while. Like, I can't even believe that I'm admitting this on camera, but it honestly took me at least a year to be able to say that I was completely over it. No one can give you the exact date and time when it will happen, but one day you will wake up and you'll just be okay. Time truly heals all, so just allow it. And finally, use this time for you. Please, I am begging you. Now, don't get me wrong, I definitely encourage you to take the time that you need to cry about it, to be upset. I know I sure did. You can sulk about it for a little while, but at some point, you have to get yourself back up. As we all know, being in a relationship takes a lot of work. You have to focus on another person's needs and feelings almost constantly. However, at the time, you probably don't mind it and you would be willing to do anything for your partner, right? But during your single season, the only person that you have to worry about is you. And it can honestly be a beautiful time if you allow it to be. You can take this time to really focus on you, bettering and discovering yourself, facing those things that you really need to work on head on. I had never been a person who really enjoyed doing many things alone. And I finally took the opportunity to spend some much needed time with myself and really figure out why. Because if you don't even like spending time alone with yourself, why would anyone else? I can honestly say that I am in the best place that I have ever been in. I've never felt more at peace with myself. It took a lot of work, a lot of uncomfortable work, and soul searching. But I truly believe that I never would have gotten here without that experience, as difficult as it was. And I can definitely touch more specifically on my self-love journey, if you will, in a future video if you guys would be interested in that. Definitely let me know in the comments. But those are all my tips, guys. I hope you found this video helpful. Take your time, show yourself a little bit of grace, and yeah, just be kind to yourself. You got this. I promise you, you got this. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in the next one.